Welcome to St. Kitts. This little island has been home to many persons from various nationalities over the years. Today we are making a change, a little transition from the sugar industry into tourism. At this point, we would like to invite you on one of the best rides anywhere in the world. Right here in St. Kitts, we have got what is considered the best. You will now see the verdant sugarcane fields, the rainforests, or lush green mountains, and of course the wildlife, the beaches, the exciting people, particularly the children of this nation, the future. Come on board, let's get going.
Arriving in the morning to St. Kitts by cruise ship, we dock at Port Zante, the passenger pier for Basse-Terre, St. Kitts' capital and largest town. Coming off the pier through the arrivals hall, we can walk the short distance through to the center of Basse-Terre or board our excursions. Scenic Railway Tour sightseeing buses are waiting to transport us out to the train. Leaving the dock, we see downtown Basse-Terre with its circus roundabout and 1883 Berkeley Clock Tower monument. The 3-hour Scenic Railway Tour operates as a train bus or bus train tour. Either version makes a 30-mile circle around the entire island, 18 miles on the railway and 12 miles on the island main road. We'll take a train bus tour this morning, circling the island in a counterclockwise direction. After the ride from the port, we board the train, are welcomed by the railway crew, and complimentary drinks are served. The whistle blows, and the little sugar train starts out on its run around the island. Past Connery Village, we get a view of Nevis, St. Kitts' sister in the two-island federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, the smallest independent nation in the Western Hemisphere. In the distance, we see the St. Kitts Marriott Hotel at Frigate Bay. Hundreds of hotel guests ride the train each year. Passing under the footbridge at Keys, the train rolls along with the Atlantic Ocean on one side and Keys Village on the other. Everyone comes out to wave at the train as it goes by. Rail cars on St. Kitts are unlike any in the world. Guests have seats on both levels. The air-conditioned parlor has cushioned wicker chairs, wood-inlaid tables, carpeting, artwork, and fresh flowers in the washroom. The top deck also offers seating and great opportunities for viewing and photography. Complimentary rum punch, daiquiri, fruit juice, sodas, and bottled water all blend with songs from the Scenic Railway Choir. Whether you ride upstairs or down, most travelers agree it's the view from the top deck, like this one of the isolated beach at Grange Bay, that makes this ride so unforgettable. Sugar grows from mountains to sea. Our car attendant serves sugar cakes, a local delicacy made from the surrounding cane. After over 350 years, the cultivation of sugar ended in 2005 when the industry closed. Cane will grow untended for several years to come, but the future of the fertile cane lands has yet to be decided. The Carib Indians called the island Liamiga, or Fertile Island. Christopher Columbus named it St. George, but Spanish sailors used St. Christopher in his honor. The island became the first English settlement in the Caribbean, the mother colony, when Sir Thomas Warner claimed it in 1623. Kit, short for Christopher, became St. Kitts. French settlers arrived in 1624 and brought several pet African green vervet monkeys that escaped from their owners and became the most notable wildlife on the island. There are over 40,000 monkeys on St. Kitts and only 35,000 people. The British built the railway between 1912 and 1926 to carry sugar cane from the outlying estates into the new central factory for processing. It is narrow gauge, with the rails only 30 inches apart. Heavy rains washing the flanks of the volcanic mountains carved the islands with hundreds of deep canyons or ghuts that required construction of 23 bridges. We cross 4 big ones, including Soldier's Gut Bridge, located in a lovely valley where farmers grow pineapple and other crops below the tracks. Between Keys Village and Nicola Town, the railway skirts the far edges of cane fields and along deep guts, crossing tall steel bridges and winding along cliffs high above the ocean. Miles from any population center, there's been little change out here since the railway was built in 1912. Religion is important here. There are hundreds of churches in St. Kitts. On Sundays, many residents dress to attend services. The first sugarcane plants brought to the island around 1628 were very successful in the tropical climate and rich soil, but a large labor force was required to plant, cultivate, and harvest the crop. The English and French brought in African slaves to work the cane fields and opened the darkest chapter in St. Kitts' history. Christchurch Bridge is the longest on the railway at 300 feet and spans the valley right across the island main road. By local custom, highway traffic usually waits until a train has crossed over before proceeding. In the days of the sugarcane trains, pieces of cane often shook loose from passing cane cars and fell on passing pedestrians and vehicles. Watching for animals on the track, our locomotive driver shepherds our train through Mansion Village. Some of our fellow passengers try to count the number of rum punches they've had. A railway employee in a truck runs ahead of us, manually opening the gates to let our train through the highway crossings. And the choir sings as we roll along with distant views of the black rocks that edge the north coast. Sometimes the thick vegetation grows so close to the track that it seems as if the train is running through a green tunnel made of leaves. At Bellevue, we have excellent views of the tooth-like volcanic summit of Mount Liamiga and pass a government highway cleanup crew cutting grass. We're curving to the west now, with sweeping views of the coast where the volcanic black rocks jut like jagged teeth into the surf. A uniformed postman walks his route between the villages, delivering mail. There are old stone churches and abandoned sugarcane estates with overgrown windmills and chimneys. The Scenic Railway Choir provides a cappella songs as the background music for our journey.
She'll be coming round the mountains, coming round the mountains, coming round the mountains when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountains, coming round the mountains, coming round the mountains when she comes. She'll be riding 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be riding 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be riding 6 white horses, riding 6 white horses, riding 6 white horses when she comes.
At Dieppe Bay, the train enters the White Gate, and we're surrounded by tall groves of coconut palms. The Dutch island of St. Eustatius, or Statia, can be seen to the northwest. Crossing the Mount Pleasant Road, we see signs for Kate Design, studio of acclaimed artist Kate Spencer. She and husband Philip Walwyn have a sweeping view from the gallery and lawns of the little sugar train chugging along in the cane fields. The Rollins Plantation Inn is also located at Mount Pleasant, with views on a clear day of the neighboring islands of St. Bart's, St. Martin, Statia, and Saba. Past St. Paul's Village, we reach Belmont, beautiful mountain in French, the summit of the railway grade on St. Kitts. The north and south ends of the island were originally settled by the French, with the English in the middle, but the French were evicted in 1713. Many French names remain. The view from here of the Dutch islands of Statia and Saba is breathtaking. Catticians call this Bacca de Land. We glimpse rural island life from the train. We couldn't see any other way. A local treaty kept peace between the first English and French settlers, but when conflict broke out in Europe, St. Kitts joined the fray. Between 1666 and 1806, the little island changed hands back and forth 7 times during the wars between these two powers. After several French invasions, the English found a good defensive position on a high volcanic extrusion above Sandy Point town and began construction of Brimstone Hill Fortress, named for the strong sulfur smell coming up through the underwater vents in the seafloor. Construction of the entire fortification took over 100 years. The most famous action occurred in 1782. 800 defenders held off 8,000 French infantry for a month before the walls of the fort were finally breached. The British surrendered, but the fort and island were given back to them in the Treaty of Versailles. At Scenic La Valley Transfer Station, our train comes to a stop at the unloading platform. We disembark and board our sightseeing buses for the continuation of the tour on the Island Main Road along the Caribbean side of St. Kitts. Our driver gives commentary as we pass through towns and villages, and we drive right below the guns of Brimstone Hill, built entirely by African slave labor from native materials at hand, and today a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The tombs of Sir Thomas Warner, founder of the English settlement, and his friend John Jefferson, great-great-grandfather of U.S. President Thomas Jefferson, can be seen at Middle Island as we make our way back to Shipside at Port Zante.
Absolutely brilliant.
I loved it too. It's very informative. The guides gave us so much information about the island, the people on it, their culture, their food, everything. I just loved it. It was great.
It is an inspiring experience, and I don't mind taking the second ride out. Yeah.
What'd you like the most?
Nothing like it. It is wonderful. Fantastic experience of my life.
So authentic and so original. We loved every minute of it.
It's the best tour in the Caribbean.
I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day.
Thank you for making the Scenic
Railroad just to pass the time away. Don't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morn. Don't you hear the captain shouting?